Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Measure for Measure, and today we get to hear from the Duke again in what the folio calls Act 1, Scene 4, but other versions call Act 1, Scene 3. Or maybe that's vice versa. Anyway, we've got the Duke, and he's chatting with Friar Peter because, remember, the Duke left. He has planted in the town's minds that he's gone off to Poland for whatever reason. And he left Angelo in charge, and he's been talking about there's all these laws, these very strict laws that have not been enforced for 14 years, though Claudio says it's 19 years. Claudio specifically is concerned about these laws because under these laws he has been arrested and is going to be killed 3 days from now because he got his girlfriend / common law wife pregnant. And one of the laws apparently says that anybody who gets a woman pregnant out of wedlock should be beheaded. So the Duke is currently chatting with the friar, and yesterday he was talking about the fact that, yes, all of these laws have been on the books, but since he hasn't been enforcing them, people just mock them now. They don't actually follow them. And Friar Peter was like, yeah, it would, and at this point it would be a little weird for you to start enforcing them, and wouldn't that kind of be worse for you to do it than for Angelo to do it? And the Duke says, I do fear too dreadful. Sith 'twas my fault to give the people scope, 'twould be my tyranny to strike and gall them for what I bid them do. For we bid this be done, when evil deeds have their permissive pass, and not the punishment. Therefore, indeed, my father, I have on Angelo imposed the office, who may, in the ambush of my name, strike home, and yet my nature never in the sight to do slander. And to behold this sway I will, as 'twere a brother of your order, visit both prince and people. Therefore, I prithee, supply me with the habit, and instruct me how I may formerly in person bear like a true friar. More reasons for this action at our more leisure I shall render you. Only this one. Lord Angelo is precise, stands at a guard with envy, scarce confesses that his blood flows or that his appetite is more to bread than stone. Hence shall we see if power change purpose, what our seemers be. And that's the end of the scene. So what he's saying here is he's given responsibility for enforcing these laws to Angelo because he knows that Angelo is precise and strict, and the Duke doesn't want to come off as the bad guy. He would much rather that Angelo come off as the bad guy, because if the Duke were to suddenly change his tune and start enforcing these laws that he hasn't been enforcing for the last 19 years, nobody's going to take him seriously and everybody's going to hate him. But Angelo coming in the Duke's place can enforce these laws, and so it's like the Duke is cleaning up the town, but his name is not going to be associated with the cleaning up of the town. But also, he is a little bit afraid of Angelo and exactly how strictly Angelo is going to be enforcing these laws, because Angelo likes to present himself as a man of stone. He's very pious and he's very strict and all that sort of thing. So the Duke is going to disguise himself as a monk, as a friar, so that he can hang out and sort of keep an eye on things, just so that he's present and he can see how Angelo's enforcing of these laws is impacting the people while he's gone, because he doesn't want to totally give up power. He wants to know what's going on. He doesn't want things to get too bad, but he wants Angelo to be cleaning things up. So anyway, nice and straightforward, isn't it, that Duke? And yeah, tomorrow we will get back into the whole Claudio storyline, where, remember, Claudio had asked his friend Lucio to go and visit Claudio's sister to ask her to ask Angelo for leniency. So we'll get back into some of that, and we will see how well all of that goes. I'll see you tomorrow for more.